Welcome to a year in review 2022 for Tower Defense Simulator, or Tower Defense Simulator Rewind 2022, whichever you prefer. So in January, Tower Defense Simulator ended its much beloved Solar Eclipse event. I say much beloved, on a daily cap, this had 93,000 concurrent players playing at this. Bear in mind that this was the daily average, therefore it probably means that at some points in time there were about 100,000+ concurrent players all playing this game at once. An incredible achievement, but all good things had to come to an end. With the end of the Solar Eclipse update, that means the end of the Executioner, for now, and with that all the rumours of Night 5 having Freddy Fazbear goes away. Or so we thought. February saw the introduction of the Season of Love Season Pass, the first ever standalone season without any event attached to it, a first for the game. People were confused at first, but then realised, okay, actually, this is kind of well. Actually, a trend that you realise is that seasons somehow get like similar amounts of visits compared to events, for some reason. Like the Season of Love update has around about, hold on. So the Season of Love had around 28,000 concurrent players on a daily basis. Yeah, quite popular actually. In other news, the Executioner got its first skin, the Solar skin, and also the Soldier and Sniper were finally buffed after God knows how many years of being useless. In March, we would have the Entity System update. This entirely rewrote the game in terms of enemies and towers based on their behavior and that. Even though it totally rewrote the game, apparently it didn't. It was like the least popular update in the entirety of the year. I don't know how. Like, you guys are weird, man. Also, I guess it was based on the fact that there were a lot of bugs with the update, but the developers having created a new New Year's resolution, all of a sudden decided to fix all these updates within, like, I don't know. Looking at here, within the month that was released, so even into April. So that's quite good of them, honestly. The most important thing that came out of this was the rate of fire bug fix was applied, but yeah, I guess it was applied. It was unintentionally applied. Oh, and they were going into periods of breaking the rate of fire, breaking, not breaking, yeah, whatever. Also included in this were medic bug fixes. Like before this, the healing ability of the medic was completely broken. Then we have a change to commander to be mathematically accurate, which just applying the original equation that is meant to have in the when it was added. Then we had the wrecked Battlefield remake, which some people said that made that map harder. Well, I guess on the fact that it was the only hardcore map that people would actually try in the first place, I don't think so. In April, we had the April Fool's update. Now, I know technically this is in March because it was released on the 31st of March, but come on. It's the law. April Fools has to be covered in April. Here, just like the developers purposely broke things. Like, I don't know, everyone had like a man face, a woman face, strewn animations all over the gaff. Everything was broken, quote unquote. No, it wasn't. Everything was just randomized. Then also in April, guess what else was released? The Duck Hunt event. This was the first event not to include an event tower within the scope of the event. However, there was a tower added in this update, namely the Engineer. Of course, people were outraged by the 4.5k gems purchase, but you know, you can blame people who leaked the Engineer for that to make it exclusive. I mean, it got a Game Pass, 4,000 Robux, some people complain about, but you know, it makes the developers like $500,000. That's fine, I guess. Also in this update was not actually a feature of the update, but people complaining so much that this update was so hard when it was released. I don't know why, but on Twitter there was some sort of spat that said that because it broke conventionality, it was the hardest event ever. My man, it was a circle. Apparently, people didn't understand what a circle meant. I don't know how this turned up to be like some sort of thing that everyone thought, oh my god, the Duck Hunt event was like hard. No, it was one of the easiest events that we ever had. Also, in April, I know there's a lot of things in April, the plushie commander was added. That's pretty cool. However, some people are pissed about the fact that you have to buy an actual plushie in real life to get the skin. All I'm saying is, yeah, you're not getting anything statistically, you're not missing out on much. Also, in this, Hardcore was changed. Instead of the Void Reaver having 700,000 health and 2 of them spawning, it now has 1.2 million health and only 1 of them spawns. Whether you find that easier or harder, I'll leave it up to you. Oh, and also the Hardcore Triumph rewards were buffed because everyone complained about the fact that the Engineer was too expensive. Then we have May. In this month, we have the Golden Perk update, which made every Golden Tower actually somewhat useful, apart from the Golden Soldier. Yeah, my man's a bit broken at that. And it's still broken to this day. Like, you know, developers, can you like get a fix onto that, please? Thank you. We also got sprinting and cliff placements. Now, the cliff placements, they're meant to be universal for ground as well, but for some reason that was reversed, I guess, because it looked ugly when you selected a tower. Oh, and then we also had the Memorial Day sale. Everyone complained about the fact that the Sledger was more expensive than the Gladiator was on its last sale. Now, I'm not foreshadowing anything yet, but Gladiator would come up on sale in a following month. I'm just saying. Then we have June. This is the month where there was actually nothing added to the game. The Engineer Game Pass was taken off sale. Like, that really matter? However, one very important thing that affected not just this game, but other games, was the Roblox audio update. And to this day, this makes the DJ Booth Game Pass, like, absolutely useless. Well, not useless. You can still use it. But, yeah, try using it on a regular basis. That's going to be quite hard, I can't lie. Then we have July. Now, this is the reason why there was nothing in June, because the entire game was reworked again in 2022 for the modifier system, which allowed a lot more updates to be produced in the following months. Well, here we just got a little snippet. We got the 4th of July update. Speaking of which, at the end of the month, we got the Polluted Wastelands 2 update. This is a return of the classic map that everyone, for some reason, liked back in the release day of the game. Returning was not the Nuclear Fallen King, we got the Nuclear Monster. Now, people don't like the Nuclear Monster design compared to the Nuclear Fallen King, but I'm just saying, be grateful that there is a special map for it now. Also, this was like one of the highest health enemies added, like 1.5 million health, like, bruh. That's even more than the Void Reaver, and that's in hardcore mode. Also added in this month, Character Resize Game Pass. I mean, like, people found it useful, I guess. Map rejoining, which some people find useful, others find very broken at times. We won't get into that. And mega servers are finally dead. Well, officially. Yeah, little glitches here and then that allow more than 4 people in a server, but we don't discuss that. Then in August, we got the second standalone season pass, namely the end of summer update, because it was at the end of summer, because August is considered the last summer month unless you're in the southern hemisphere, but whatever, complications. Also added, finally, after all this time, that Beach Gladiator was finally added as a code. Oh, and as for that code, the Gladiator Game Pass was also released for 700 Robux. Now, where are these people who say that the Sledge is more expensive than the Gladiator now? Huh? And fun fact, this was the second most popular update in the year. A season pass that only had 5 skins, right, like one of the fewest ever, apparently was more popular than Polluted Wastelands. And subsequent updates, bar one, because it was the second most popular update. I'll have you think what the other update is. You're probably not going to get it. 40,000 concurrent players in a daily basis were playing this game during the end of summer update. How? It was just a season. In September, we got a couple more codes. We got the Plushie Minigunner, we got the John Militant. Okay, that's about it. But 2. That's a great amount in this day and age. Also in this update, Badlands was remade. The Gunslinger was added. The Cowboy was remade. Matchmaking was finally added to the plebs, as I called them. And the Foam Freezer was officially added in September, but you know, no one could find it until at least October. So, you know, does it really count? I don't know. And now, one of the few other major dramas this year was the Molten Boss music drama. Now, this drama only existed because there was a complication in a licensing agreement. Apparently, the developers bought rights to use the Molten Boss music, but only in the game. They did not have rights to remix it or upload it to their own channel under their own name. This caused a huge spat between the original creator and the developers, but apparently it's resolved now, but the Molten Boss music is still in the game as I speak. I don't know what's happened there. Also, in this month, we got the Retired Cowboy. No prizes for guessing what this is. Now, a lot of these things in October, they're tagged along here because it's more relevant here than it was in September, even though officially they were released in September, but we won't go into that. So, firstly, we have the Philips X TDS season. People found this weird. Apparently, the developers found it an appropriate sponsorship. Given the reason for it, I think is very valid. Like, a lot of kids are going into puberty now. I'm just saying. Oh, and multi-season support was added, but the end of summer update was abruptly ended last month. Also in this month, we got the Prime Raven skin. Now, I have to say, this is one of the best skins in the game right now. Then finally, at the end of this month, we got the Halloween 2022 update. Now, this is not an event, like some people still think it is for some reason. This is just a pizza party game mode. We also got the Lost Souls achievement. I think that's pretty sick. We got the Warden Tower. This is the first tower to be unlocked through beating a map, but you have to still buy it with coins, which it's fair enough, I guess, because a lot of coins are just sitting useless in people's inventories. Then we have November. Now, I will tell you that the most popular update of 2022 was in this month. And I can bet your bottom dollar that you did not guess. It was the Philips X TDS Season Part 2. Now, I attribute that mostly because of the Dallas moustache, which people can get as like a Roblox accessory. So that certainly contributed. But for this to be the most popular update, even though it's not officially an update listed by the developers, my god. Also this month, we got the Plushie DJ booth. That's kind of cool, I can't lie. We got the Black Friday update, which the Executioner returned for that, which I predicted kinda. And we have map choosing for the matchmaking lobby, which now has been added. Then we have December. Now, it's a review, not what just literally happened about 2 days ago, so I won't go into much here. But Philips XTDS came to an end, bringing an end the most popular update since the Solar Eclipse update. And finally confirmed, we have the Christmas update coming soon. Well, at the time of this recording. By the time this is released, it probably is out now. I can't tell. This is being recorded when I'm ill. Yeah, and that was Tower Defense Simulator Review 2022. Apparently I have to tell people to subscribe now, and like, and comment, and do their usual shenanigans. I don't know what these people do. I can't lie, I don't really care. Okay, thanks, bye.